We have done it, Valley Club. We have rated every single team in Marvel Strike Force from best to worst. Which are the teams that you should be investing in and which are the teams you're avoiding? We are counting them down in this video. And if you're ready to see which teams are the best of the best and which are total trash, then you know what to do, Valley Club. Find that like button and let's go smash it. And boom, here we are in the game, about to start this countdown. Welcome to the ValleyFlyin channel. I am ValleyFlyin and I hope you're having a great day. Now, if this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button for more great Marvel Strike Force content, at least 5 Marvel Strike Force videos per week on this channel. Usually there's a lot more. We got countdown videos like this, news videos, gameplay videos, question and answer videos, everything to help you in Marvel Strike Force. Now, this list that we're going to count down is more designed for mid-game and end-game players. This list does assume that you've already completed at least most of the campaign missions, got them to 3 stars so you could farm your characters, the challenges, and these flash events that pop up like Block Party, like Relic Hunt, and all these other things. So this is just based on the content right now, but if there's certain things that you need to build for campaigns, certain things you need to build for challenges, certain things you may need to build for legendary unlocks, then build them and then come back to this list. But let's start with this countdown, starting with A-Force. Now, A-Force is a good team. They just recently got sort of a rework with that Secret Defenders synergy that they have. And they can be used to unlock Rogue, very, very good at war. And I think this is a good team to have. If you are missing them, you're not missing too much, assuming that you already have Rogue unlocked. But if you do have them, it's going to make war a lot easier. Next team is AIM. My goodness, these guys have not been around for a while. They have been nothing but trash for the longest time. Not much else to say about the AIM characters. Moving on to the Asgardians, and these Asgardians are without Bifrost and without the Undying, so pretty much the hero Asgardians. They're supposed to be a war defense team, and they're an okay team, and I guess the big thing that they can be used for right now is to unlock Red Hulk if you don't have Red Hulk already unlocked. Yes, you can use them to unlock Black Bolt, but Black Bolt's value has really diminished at this point. So I'd say at this point, the Asgardians are super niche at this point. The X-Men, the astonishing X-Men, at one time, one of the best raid teams around. They've been losing value since then and since these other raids have been around. So I would say that right now they are in the super niche category. They're a great early team. They do have some value still in war. Some of these characters do have some value in Cosmic Crucible like Bishop, maybe Beast, but outside of that, they're a very niche team. Moving on to the Bifrost team, one of the best teams in the raids. They are the solution for the Mystic raid teams. But outside of the raids and outside of the maybe Room 2 and Cosmic Crucible right now, not a lot of huge value for the Bifrost, but they are a very important team. So they're going to be rated super important right now. Next is the Bionic Avengers, as we see, and they are used in war. They're okay in war. They could beat the Marauders. They could beat the Web Warriors if you see them. And they are used to unlock Archangel. But I'd say at this point, even being the most current tech solution we have in the raids, I'll say that at this point, the Bionic Avengers are still a very super niche team. Moving on to the Black Order, they're supposed to be getting a rework, bring them in line with Infinity Watch. At the time of recording this video, that has not been announced, that has not happened, and they are not even relevant on war defense anymore with a new season of wars. So I'd say at this point, the Black Order, they are a super niche team. Moving on to the Brotherhood, man, this team has not been relevant for a long time. Some of the more important members like Magneto and Sabretooth have moved on to other teams. So the Brotherhood, now a trash team. Moving on to the Dark Hunters. You can use this team to unlock Morgan Le Fay. I'd say Web Wars are probably a better unlock for this team. They're still relevant on war offense, taking out the heroes for hire. You could sub out one of the characters with Quicksilver to make it able to take out an astonishing X-Men heroes for hire or Red Guardian heroes for hire. But at this point, I would say that these Dark Hunters, extremely niche. The Darkhold, one of the best teams in the game. Morgan Le Fay, super hard to deal with. Same thing with Doctor Strange, Heartless. And I would say this is one of the best teams in the game right now. They're an older team, but still one of the best teams in Marvel Strike Force as recording this. Same thing with the Death Seed team. This is a very strong raid team. They are the mutant solution for the raids. Are also very valuable in Crucible, also very valuable in war, taking out a bunch of different teams. So Death Seed, very important. Eternals, the team of 2, Cersei, Icarus was used for so much back in the day. They were the meta in Arena. They were the meta in whatever raids that they could enter. And they're still very, very good team, very valuable right now in Crucible and War. And they are a very super important team for the Eternals. Next is the Fantastic Four. Yes, you could use Invisible Woman for the Nowhere heist. And if you don't have that built up, you do need to invest a little bit into her. Outside of that, Fantastic Four, a pretty trash team. The one member that moved on in the new Avengers is the Thing, but the original Fantastic Four is still pretty trashy. The Gamma team, lots of problems all around, still using this character in Arena, still giving a lot of problems in War on offense and defense. Crucible, there's still a problem to deal with. They are taken out very easily by the new Warriors, but you have to use your new Warriors to beat the Gamma team. They are one of the best teams in the game, in my opinion. Moving on to the Guardians, they have not been used for a while. Yes, some pieces have been gotten more relevant, like Gamora, like Cosmo, and you can use them to unlock Star-Lord, but at this point, they are pretty trash. Moving on to the Hand team, not much to be said about them. They're pretty trash. Nobu, still a great character for the Underworld team because his passive can revive characters even when he's dead, but all in all, the Hand is just a trash team. Heroes for a hire. Shang-Chi is an awesome character. The rest of these heroes for hire are pretty useless. You're still using Shang-Chi in Crucible in a variety of different settings. War, you're probably still using him on War defense, and that's pretty much it for the value of heroes for hire right now. So they are a very niche team. Hydra, not really used for a while. Yes, there are some elements of Hydra that have pieced out into other teams, but all in all, Hydra is a very trash team right now. Do not invest in them at all. Infestation, one of the monster War defense teams, and that is pretty much all they're used for. Some people I know are using big time Spider-Man in Arena right now, but outside of that, not a lot of use for them. So I'd say they are a very niche team. Next is the Infinity Watch, one of the best teams all around in the game. Used to have a lot of uses and are still beasts to deal with in Cosmic Crucible, still beasts to deal with in War. And that's what I would say they are a good team to have. I wouldn't say they're super important, but they are very, very annoying to deal with. And just because of that, they get rated at a good to have category there. Inhumans, they were good for a hot minute and then they just kind of fell off. Black Bolt was a solution to deal with Ultron when he was running around the meta, but at this point in time, they are pretty much trash. Moving on to the Invaders team, they are one of the solutions for raid. They are your skills section team, and because of that, they are super important. Get them, build them. You're going to need them for the raids. Very, very good team. Nowhere is another very good team as well. But outside of that Black Cat unlock, they're pretty much used for War offense. Yes, you're going to get a little more value from Nova himself, but I would say this is just a good to have team. Not really super, super important for any game mode other than War and maybe Cosmic Crucible. The Kree, very, very important to unlock Nick Fury, but once you have Nick Fury unlocked, they're a pretty trash team. You don't need to build them. None of the minions, none of the other characters. I would say at this point for newer players, the minions are even more valuable than characters like Ronin and Minerva and Korath because they're used to unlock Nick Fury. Moving on to the Marauders, they have not been relevant in War for a while. Yes, mutants did get a little bit of boost in this current season of War, but still kind of a useless team. Still pretty trashy. Marauders are in a trash team. The Masters of Evil, also known as Kang and 4 other characters, very, very good team. Kang is used in Arena still, even with the Secret Defenders here, and you can use them to unlock Nova in the Nova event. I would say that this is a super important team, one of the best teams in Cosmic Crucible right now on offense. So yes, build them. You have them. The Mercenaries, yes, they do have the payday event, but assuming you already have that 3-star, well, you don't need the Mercenaries at all after that, and they are pretty trashy after that. Moving on to military skill, I wanted this team to be so good. They're supposed to be a great War offense team, but are pretty much trash now. Some of the characters have moved on like Black Widow, but Red Guardian gets a little bit of use because of this pre-match taunt. Other than that, I don't really see any of these other characters being used. The new Avengers, a new team coming to Marvel Strike Force. They're not even here yet as I am recording this, and they are going to be another legendary unlock. So because they have that versatility of being on War offense, War defense, I'll place them somewhere around the same level as Nowhere. So they are a good to have team. The new Warriors, this is a Cosmic Crucible team, can pretty much take out most teams in most rooms. The new Warriors are a very, very good team, and they are a super important team right now. Next is the outdated Power Armor. They are pretty trashy. Don't build them at all. Iron Man has moved on to the Bionic Avengers, but even the Bionic Avengers aren't really worth building at this point, so don't build the Power Armor. Same thing with Pimtech. You can use them to unlock Jubilee, but the value of the Astonishing X-Men has been diminished, so Pimtech, really little value unless you are in that section of the Gamma raids. Yes, you did get some reworks for Ant-Man and Yellow Jacket, but as a whole, this Pimtech team is still pretty trashy. Moving on to the Ravagers, you could use them to unlock Red Hulk. They're still pretty good on War, and for that, I would say they are a extremely niche team right now. The Rebirth team is the solution for the bio raids, and for that, you will need to build them. They are a very super important team. Also can be very annoying on Crucible defense, also can be very annoying on War defense, so they have some added value there. Rebirth is a super important team. Secret Avengers was the solution to skill raids for a while. You still can use them to unlock Omega Red, who is still a great plug-and-play character, and for that, I would say they are extremely niche at this point in the game. The Secret Defenders all over Arena, all over Crucible, all over War. They're one of the best teams in the game as I'm recording this, so they are in that best of the best category. The Shadowland team has been outdated for a long time. War offense team, they were pretty good at one point, but they're pretty trashy now. Same thing with the Sinister Six. Yes, you can use them in the Black Cat event, but you're not going to get very far with just the Sinister Six. There are rumors of them getting reworked, but as of right now, nothing has been announced officially. So Sinister Six, as of right now, pretty trashy team. Supernatural team, this is pretty much a dead team because all the major members have moved on to the Dark Hunters or Darkhold or Secret Defenders. So Supernatural themselves are pretty trashy. Same thing with the symbiotes. They were the raid solution at one point. Haven't really been touched since then. There is another symbiote team coming. Silver Surfer did win that vote. It's still yet to be seen if they're going to be a rework to symbiotes or they're going to be all new symbiotes accompanying that Silver Surfer version of the symbiotes. We'll see what happens, but as of right now, they are a trash team. Tangled Web and Spider Weaver, very, very good team. Very valuable in Cosmic Crucible and War. Spider Weaver can still get you some value because of the charges. So I would say this is a very super important team right now. Moving on to the Uncanny X-Men. This one was a little hard to rate because Phoenix does still have some value, but as a whole, this team just doesn't cut it like they used to, so they're a pretty trash team at this point right now. Underworld, very, very good team. Great for War offense. You got pieces of this team in Cosmic Crucible, mainly Mr. Negative, mainly Kingpin, sometimes Taskmaster, but they are a very good team. They're very good to have. If you have a lot of extra resources, start to build this team. Same thing with Undying. Very, very good team. Not missing too much if you don't have this team. So I would place them in the good to have category. Hela, Zombie Iron Man, just a powerful, powerful duo. All right, the Unlimited X-Men. I wanted to rate them the best of the best, but as of right now, they've lost a lot of value in Crucible, which was what they were originally designed for. So because of that, because they're not as valuable in Crucible and not really dominant in any other game mode, I would say they are a super important team, but I cannot rate them one of the best teams in the game right now. Moving on to the Wakandans / War Dogs, since they're pretty much the same characters. There's a couple characters that don't overlap, but Wakandans, very valuable for Chaos Theory, very valuable in Crucible. I underestimated a Wakandans this morning in Crucible and got smashed. And you could still use them to unlock Archangel whenever his Scourge event rolls around. So they are a good to have team, still very valuable in Cosmic Crucible. Moving on to Weapon X, was the best war team for a long time. We've had a lot of teams since then, but Omega Red still has a lot of value, not just in War on this Weapon X team, but as a plug and play character in Cosmic Crucible. Let's say this is a team that is very good to have at this point. The Web Warriors, this pains my heart to see how far they have fallen from one of the best to a trash team. Yes, you can still use them to unlock Morgan Le Fay, but assuming that you already have her unlocked, there's no need for the Web Warriors at this point. X Factor, one of the better war offense teams at one point, but have been outshined by many other characters. Yes, you can still use them in some legendary events, but there's other characters that are going to be more valuable for you to build. There is no value at all with X-Force. Yes, you may be bringing Cable into some fights, but you're mainly bringing him for his passive, so there's no reason to build X-Force as well. Young Avengers, very, very good team. You can still use them to unlock Rogue whenever her event rolls around. So giving it a lot of value in War and Cosmic Crucible. And for that and for their survivability, they are a good team to have at this point. And last but not least is the Shield team. And this is pretty much just the minions at this point, because a lot of the more valuable characters have moved on to other teams. Nick Fury is now an Invader. Coulson is now in New Avengers. And for that, this Shield team is pretty trash right now. And that is the tier list, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know your thoughts on this. Are there some teams that are rated too high? Are there some teams rated too low? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. If this video did provide you some value, hit that like button. It is free for you and it helps out the channel immensely. I will see you guys next time. And if you want to check out my beginner guide, what you should do to start off Marvel Strike Force, make sure you check out the video up there. I'll see you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. Hulk fist bump, ValleyFlyin out.